welcome here. Hope everybody had a lovely weekend. I know I did. Today is Monday, and you're probably going to see this Monday because I want to get this up as soon as possible. Good God, look at this hair. Just woke up, just got off the couch, and I got mail. And I am going to go ahead and let's do a first impression, check this thing out. Just going to kind of tack my hair back out of the way. Lovely. Look at that. Girl, worked on that hair all night. I have primed my eyelids with the Tasha Silk Canvas primer. If you guys seen these are like really hard to find, but is that not the cutest little thing? And there's a lot of product in this. This was a little sample that Sephora was doing these. If you spent $35, you could get one of these with your Rouge rewards thing. And I got one. I love using that Tatcha as a primer. I did do it a little different this time. I wanted to kind of have a real nice sticky base, so I didn't really put it on and just kind of blended it out. I did not super powder on it. I just did a light dusting, and I did put a little bit of translucent powder. I don't have any makeup on my face, but let's get to it. This is the very sleek, very different than last time. I don't have my other palette. I actually let Glamorous Beauty borrow that one so she could try it out. I know she's been dying to check out Laura Lee's other palette, but this is the new one. I think it's very slick, very sexy, very just different. I mean, I did get kind of the Urban Decay Nudie palettes, nude naked palette. If you want to see size-wise, it is a little different. It's pan size in comparison to that. These are the pans you get. It's very pretty rose gold, but somebody was saying it was very close to the Naked 3 colors, which I did not see that. Once I put them together, at first I did think that also, but let me see if I can kind of turn this around for you. It's so hard to hold two palettes without dropping them, but similar. Oh God, I just put my fingernail into Stark. Lovely. There we go there. Give you guys an idea. That is the two together. I mean, they are similar, but way different. Similar as in just because they are they're a neutrals palette with some pops of color, but she has, this is just gorgeous. The one thing I wanted this palette for right here was Jaybird. Look at that. Look at that. Let's just go ahead and put her right there. Now that is more of like a pressed glitter kind of foil, as is All Natural. You get the same kind of thing there. I usually don't go through and swatch them all, but let's swatch a few of them. I'm just going to swatch the glitter shades. I'm going to swatch Exposed. This is Exposed. This is Buff. Whoops, right over that one is Buff. I'm trying to wipe this off. I had a makeup wipe. Topless is another very pretty color. I tend to like these kind of pinky tones. This is Topless. Just to give you guys an idea, and let's just pop into Stark, Undressed, Reveal, and Butt Naked. These are these are matte shades. That is them there. Oh, kind of got that one. Kind of totally missed that. I bumped my elbow. Sorry, guys. That there. They are buildable. They are very buildable. They're very pretty. But how better than to try them? Let's get them on the eyes. I am going to go to my tried and true favorite makeup brushes. And those are my Morphe brushes. They are not numbered as they came in the... I forget what it's, the Defined Eye, or there's a palette, not palette, there's a set on Morphe that is a eye defining kind of set, and that is what I got. So I am going to start out with Streaking right here. That is that kind of buff shade. It's kind of hard to hold this in and go in at the same time, but we will try. Gonna kind of just bring that in. I'm just gonna kind of just outline that eye with it a little bit, or streaking. It's kind of a nude with a almost a pink kind of hue, and that's what really got me wanting this one. Was she did have a lot of pinky tones that are good for people that are more of light skinned. If you pay attention, I know many of you girls out there have hooded eyes, as I do too. I'm really liking how this is sticking better when I didn't set that silk canvas down as much. But many of you girls out there have told me about your hooded eye problems, and God, are they not ever. And that is why I keep my eye very relaxed. Also, tilting your head back and keeping the mirror down will help you straighten out that area without pulling your eyes up like this, because when you pull your eye up, you're getting a totally different eye shape. Now, I'm not really a big wing liner. I prefer to do more of a shadow wing. And that is how I do mine, is I tilt my head back. I'm going to go in to Bare and bring a little more of a pinky tone into this. Usually I would go the opposite way, but these are two very similar shades, and I wanted to kind of see what they would do. But I am going to come down a little lower, more into my actual natural crease line, just to kind of deepen that up, but also give myself a little bit of a pinker tone to kind of lay that back into. There we go. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. This is more of a first impression, and just kind of play around and kind of check this out. A lot of times when I'm doing my makeup and I do a crisper eye like this, I do use a tape. But I am reorganizing my makeup room, and they're hard to find. Actually, you know what? I see them. Let me grab those. They're hard to use while on camera, too, because they kind of get in the way. I usually do cut them down. I don't have scissors in here, I don't think, right at the moment. I took them out to do something. I was opening packages, and I think I took the scissors out of here. Let me just double check real quick. God, that light is so bright in my eyes. The troubles of filming. These are the things I get. I get these, I think I got them off of Amazon. You get a huge packet of these for just a few dollars. I like them because they are curved, and you can use them straight or curved. You can also kind of make a little basket under the eye. I like to actually come up, relax the eye, come under my bottom lashes, and lay her right there. I do lift my eyebrow just a tiny bit, just to get that skin a little flatter. I usually don't use these on camera just because that looks goofy. Now you want to do the same thing on the other side. You want to make sure to get them pretty even. Same idea. Now I have two totally differently shaped eyes. This one is way more hooded. Unfortunately, I had a stroke a few years ago, a mini stroke, and that's what caused this one. You get that nice little scoop, but it keeps that product on there. You can also really see the fallout when I do this. I'm going to go ahead and crisp that corner up a little. I still am having a hard time talking, guys. My tongue is swollen from the reaction to that makeup. Years ago, I did have a reaction to marijuana. Which is funny because, okay, I did smoke it very few times when I was younger. Actually, my first husband, I guess you could say my first love, goofy guy, great guy. His name was Scott, and I'm with Scott now, so crazy. Another Scott that's a roofer. But he was a smoker, and I did occasionally partake with him, but not often. But okay, I'm going to go into Butt Naked. Naked is very similar. It's a little more of a darker kind of chocolatey color, where this is a little lighter. Shows up a lot different on camera. I am going to go a little tighter with the brush, where I was using a full puffy brush, blending brush. I'm going to go a little tighter. Get that nice and tight on the end of that brush. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to punch that right here in that corner, just to kind of darken that corner up a little bit. Just to kind of give myself a little more of a definition right in this corner. I'm not really going past like the width of the brush. And the thing I like about these also, these little catchers, is you don't have to worry so much about dusting that brush off every time, as this will catch anything that you don't. And they do stick pretty good. They're kind of a medical, almost a medical grade tape type product. And they don't stick like super heavy to the skin, because, you know, we do want to be careful pulling that skin. I'm going to lift my eyebrow up on that side just a little bit, just to straighten that skin out. When you have hooded eyes, you know the trouble. There we go. I'm just going to kind of, not really sure what I'm going to do here, so we're just really just doing a first impression and kind of playing around. I'm going to bring that a little bit in. There we go. Dust that one off. I'm using my color switch by Juno & Co. over here, and between colors, and that really, you're still going to get some coloration to the brush, but you're not going to get any product. So let's see, what do I want to do now? I want to bring something up a little more into here. I try to do that a lot more lately. I'm going to go back into Bare with this tighter brush. I'm going to go kind of heavy because I really want that to, there we go. I really want to highlight that eye. There we go. I want to open those eyes up, where with hooded eyes, it's so hard to show. I like to keep a small area though to use a little bit of a highlight in here, but I do like to make sure you really see the hard work I do. And I've noticed that with my hooded eyes, I do a lot of work that once I'm done, you look at it, you don't see it until I blink. I mean, which is a lot of times is pretty. I'm just going to kind of blend that out and bring this straight up, because I want to bring that kind of, I want to really lift that eye, and I'm just kind of bringing that up there. Sorry about that, guys. I am using my phone to film this, my S9. I love this thing. But I did get a phone call. My mom calls me 100 times a day. Love her, but okay, now let me go back into this. I'm really liking this undercover right here. It's a silvery kind of color, and I think I'm going to use that on the inner corner to highlight. And I've been wanting to try Jaybird, but I think that's a little dark for today. So I am going to go, if I can find my brush, here we go. I'm going to use, this is a Morphe M421 brush. It's a nice flat brush. And I'm going to use that in Topless right here. But I am going to grab my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to go ahead and do that a little spray. Give that a little spray, and I'm going to go into Topless, which is that kind of pink shimmer color. I'm going to get that on both sides of my brush, and I'm going to come in right here. Oh, wow, look at her. She is gorgeous. Look at that pop. That is just beautiful. I want to really get that right at that lash line. I get the most pop right there in that little front section, so I really like to lay that color in right there. There we go. I could cut this, but I don't think I'm going to cut this crease today. I'm just going to kind of work around that. I want to keep that inner kind of little part right there, right in from there. I want to keep that nice and clear because I am going to pop, what was it, Undercover in there. That is that silvery tone. Let's go ahead and get this. There we go. I'm working this in the inner third right there, almost like a spotlight eye, but not necessarily. When you have hooded eyes, it is so hard to do a true spotlight. As if you have hooded eyes, you know the trouble I have. What I did, I'm going to go ahead and mark right here. What I'm doing is relaxing my eye, looking straight ahead, and just marking the very top of where I would see that shimmer color had it peeked out right there. So what that's going to do is when my eye is open, it's going to give me a nice little peek into that. I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. Did go a little higher than I wanted to, but that's okay. My eyes tend to relax quite a bit. There we go. Because I do really want that shimmer to show when I have my eye open and kind of meet up with the center. Clean that off, and I'm going to go back with the very first brush that I used, and I'm going to go back in to actually, you know what, let's go into, I'm going to tap into Bare right here, and I'm going to tap into Streaking, because I want that kind of a wash. Now remember, when you mix a color on a brush, make sure to put a little on both eyes, because when you dip back in, it always comes out different. See, what I'm doing is just kind of blending that around. There we go. Kind of blending that down. Now I did put the shimmer color down wet, so it will stay down even though I'm blending just those little edges out around it. There we go. I'm going to highlight up at that brow bone with a lighter color. Trust me, it's looking crazy with these little things on right now, but it'll look good in a minute. Watch. Okay, now I'm going to come back in with that flat brush that I had doing my shimmer colors, and that was that M421 brush. I'm going to make sure I get that pink tone off. A lot of times I will take and I keep a little towel draped over my leg down here that I spray on my MAC Fix Plus, and make sure to get that color off. I'm going to go ahead and get a fresh little spritz on there. And I am using the little mini Fix Plus in coconut. I love the smell to these. They are great. Now I'm going to come into that silvery color, and I think I'm still picking up a little pink with it. When you have that problem, just switch brushes. And I'm going to come in with this little pencil brush then. That's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to come in with a little pencil brush to pick that up. But first of all, I'm going to come into Stark on this pencil brush since I have it. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up Stark. Just right under that brow bone right there. Very lightly, I'm just kind of highlighting that little area. Stark is not a shimmer color, but next to that, it almost picks up like a shimmer. There you go. Yeah, it's not a shimmer, but wow, that is kind of neat. It's almost showing up like shimmer. And I'm going to just put a little dab of that right here on the inner corners. And the reason why I'm doing that is I want that silver tone to really pop. That undercover, that is that foiled kind of glittery silver color. And I'm going to pick that up on the very tip of this pencil brush and do the same thing I did with that and just pat that on top of there. Actually, I'm going to, let me go ahead and spray this. You know, she does mention that a lot of these colors, the shimmers, do pick up a lot better when they are on a wet brush or with a glitter glue, and I will agree with that. I wet my brush and I'm going to go back into Undercover, that silver tone, get that on that brush. Oh yeah, it made a big difference. I have nails, otherwise I like to kind of come in like this. Let me try to do it with my nail. It is so, yeah, see, my nails just make it where I can't do it. It makes a mess. I'm just popping that right there, just to give a little bit of color. I wear glasses, so I tend to go a little darker right there. There we go. I'm going to dry that off. I'm going to just one last time check and make sure I have everything blended. I am going to blend that. blend that white down a little bit that's up in that corner. Take this nice thick puffy brush. This is actually a Kali brush, number 15. I love to use this just to go over and make sure that is really blended up here. I got went a little too crazy on the glittery part over here, and I think I'm going to clean that up. I'm just going to grab, this is the flat brush out of my Naked 3 palette, and there's no product on it. What I'm going to do is just use the tip of it, and I'm just really shaping that glitter color that we put up there. I'm just really tightening that up and really kind of blending that in with the flat side of that brush. There you go. Just to really get that in there. That is so pretty. Going to start working on that lower lash line, and I like to use a nice tight flat brush. There's actually 3 brushes that I really use on the bottom lash line, and this is a sorry guys, this is just a Pro Flat Definer brush. This is a very tiny, the little tiny Morphe pencil brush, and this is a very small little flat brush similar to what we were using. I'm going to go ahead and pull these off very lightly. I don't have any face makeup on as of yet. I didn't know how the fallout would be, but you can see I got a nice tight crisp line. I am going to crisp that up even more here in a minute. But first of all, I'm going to come in with this flat definer brush. That is this flat one right here. I don't really have a plan, so... Oh, I went and drugged my fingernail right through exposed. I will tell you, these colors are very, very soft, guys. Especially Jaybird and All Au Naturel. Those are more of like a pressed glitter. I'll kind of show you here in a minute. Let's figure out what I'm going to do on this bottom lash line. I'm going to go into Naked and Butt Naked. That are those 2 colors right here and right there. I'm going to go into those, just kind of tapping into the darker one, which is Naked, and then tapping it into Butt Naked. Then I'm going to come right underneath my lashes. My lower lashes are so damn long, I always have to lift them, and I'm just going to kind of wiggle that brush real tight up against that lash line. Same thing on this side. Just to keep that nice and tight up. There we go. And I'm even going to kind of wing that out over here a little bit. Just following that line we've already done. Same thing over here. Relax that eye when you're winging it out. Otherwise you will make it where it's not really lining up with the other. I'm going to take that exact same thing. Since I'm not using a liquid liner with this, I am doing the same thing on the top lash line. I'm just meeting that little wing I did right there in the corner on both eyes. Right there. Just kind of meeting that wing and going across that top line just about 1/4 of the way over on that top line. You can even come in a little farther like that. I'm really liking that though. And it really just defines that eye. Here we go. There we go. That is pretty. Now I'm going to take this, this is just a Sephora brush. It's a little, I think it's the M71. In the e.l.f. brushes, they actually call this one a concealer brush. And I forget what it was in the Morphe brush. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to bring that Topless, which is that shimmer shade that I have in the middle, up top. I'm going to take that and just kind of tap off a little bit into there, which what I'm doing is I'm mixing this matte shade with this kind of shimmer shade to kind of almost get a satiny kind of look. And I'm going to come right up here in the front and I'm going to drag that back into that brown tone and kind of pull that brown tone up. There you go. Just really using that color to smoke the two together. There we go. Just to kind of smoke those two together and really get that kind of pinky shade to the bottom, but not losing our crisp brown. Now, if you feel like you've lost the brown too much, see where I've gotten it a little pink, you can go back in and crisp the brown up a little more. I'm not going to, but I am going to dust this brush off and actually grab this little tiny pencil brush. And I wasn't really liking how that inner corner was just not popping the way I wanted to. I'm going to do the same thing I just did with those colors, but I'm going to pop into Undercover, which was the silvery one, and into Stark, which is this matte shade, and this one here, kind of blend those two together to give me a little more of a pop on that inner corner. Oh, there we go, yes. Just to kind of, if you mix a white a lot of times with a silver, you'll give it more of a pop. I'm patting into that silvery color and then just barely tapping it into the white. There we go. And that's what we're getting. I am loving these colors. I'll tell you, these colors have just pigment for days. Sorry guys, dropping things over here. But that is kind of what I came up with. Just to give you guys kind of a first look. Kind of play around with the colors. Once again, these are the colors here. This palette was $45 and the shipping, I believe, was $6.50 for it in the United States. I was a little confused because I emailed and asked, it did say DSL shipping. I emailed and asked if I could get a faster shipping so I could show it to you guys even faster, which it came really fast anyway. But I was told that they use DSL and that's the only shipping, but it showed up USPS. So my mailman brought it. Anyway, I'm going to finish my makeup real quick. I'll be right back so I can show you this look completely done. And I am back, and I will tell you, this has been my favorite lip combination here lately, and if you'd like to know what that is, I just did a video on my lip looks, and this is the Kylie Jenner kit in Candy K with the Fenty, that lip gloss that they did, lip balm, I forget what it was called, but that is it, and I am loving this look. It is so pretty. You know, you can't go wrong with kind of a neutral, and with a fair skinned gal like me, you know, you got to really just kind of roll with the punches, you know. I hope you guys like these more wearable looks that I do on my channel. I have thought about doing some more kind of editorial, kind of over the top kind of looks. So let me know if you guys would like to see that, as I keep mine more, you know, on the wearable side, on stuff that you guys can actually go on a date or, you know, go to work, whatever you guys want to do. And that's just kind of the way I've done it. And I've always made sure that stuff that I do on my channel is not in any way edited or anything. I mean, you can see I have less than perfect skin. I have wrinkles. I have blemishes and whatnot. And I don't hide any of that. I want you guys to see a la natural, you know, basically, well, besides makeup. I want you guys to see how, you know, it's okay to be not perfect, and it's okay to have wrinkles, and it's okay, and you don't have to chase this guy. I'm sorry, I'm screwing with my hair. It's just not liking how it's looking right this minute, because I need to get it colored. I don't want to lighten it. But you guys don't chase the perfect image. That perfect image is a stupid thing in your head that doesn't exist. I chased it for years and it's not there. Let it go. You know, everybody's beautiful in their own way. And each and every one of you guys, you know, many of you guys have your pictures on here. And I look at each and every one of your pictures that's up here. And you guys are such a beautiful crowd. I love you guys to death. I love all the wonderful comments. Thank you so much to Glamorous Beauty. We've kind of been each other's cheerleaders, you know, trying to really get things going and really just help each other out. You know, that's what it's about, you know. it's not about, you know, the next dollar, the next this or the next that. You know, it's about fun, and it's about, you know, being comfortable in your own skin. You know, I really suffer from feeling like I'm like the ugliest person in the world, you know, and it's, you guys all really, I love your comments, and, you know, until I let that wall in my head break down, they're going to be there. But in the meantime, you guys help me so much with my confidence and just feeling more comfortable in front of the camera, more comfortable sharing some of my looks. Keep an eye out. We have another huge giveaway we're going to be doing with Glamorous Beauty's channel and my channel, so keep an eye out. It's coming up. Oh, the other thing, somebody asked me about lashes. I'm not really big on lashes, and the reason being is I have pretty decently long lashes, as you can see, and I started to wear falsies a lot, and I noticed my lashes breaking down. If you can grow them, why cover them up? You know, that's kind of the way I feel about it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and if you like this look and you like this video, or hell, if you don't like it, just give me a thumbs up. Have a great day. I love each and every one of you. Thanks. Bye.